Are you tired of using print statements to find bugs in your code? Or perhaps you're preparing for a Python certification and need to master the complexities of the logging module? In this video, we will cover Python debugging and logging practice questions certification exam prep. Master Python debugging and logging with these 30 professional practice questions. In this comprehensive session, we are diving deep into 30 exam-level practice questions covering Python's debugging and logging frameworks. We will explore everything from PDB commands to logging configuration, handlers, and formatters. Make sure you have a notepad ready. For every question, try to guess the answer before I reveal the detailed explanation. Which of the following is the default logging level in the Python logging module? Option A, debug. Option B, info. Option C, warning. Option D, error. The correct answer is C. By default, the Python logging module is configured with the warning level. This means that only events of level warning and above, error and critical, will be tracked or displayed unless the configuration is explicitly changed using logging, basic config, or other configuration methods. Debug and info messages will be ignored by default. In the Python debugger, PDB, which command is used to execute the current line and stop at the next line inside the current function? Option A, S, step. Option B, N, next. Option C, C, continue. Option D, U, up. The correct answer is B. The N, next command continues execution until the next line in the current function is reached or it returns. Unlike step, next does not stop inside called functions. It treats them as a single step. This is useful for moving through code line by line without diving into every internal function call. What is the purpose of the propagate attribute in a Python logger? Option A. It determines if logs should be encrypted during transmission. Option B. It decides whether to pass events logged to this logger to the handlers of ancestor loggers. Option C. It identifies if the log should be sent to the cloud. Option D. It automatically increments the log level if errors persist. The correct answer is B. Propagation is a core concept in Python logging. When a logger records an event, it not only sends it to its own handlers but also, if propagate is true, the default, it passes the event to the handlers of its parent loggers in the hierarchy. This continues up to the root logger. If set to false, the chain is broken. When using logging exception, what additional information is automatically captured in the log record? Option A. The system's CPU usage. Option B. The traceback information. Option C. The user's environment variables. Option D. The memory address of the exception object. The correct answer is B. The logging exception method is specifically designed to be called within an except block. It logs a message with the level error and automatically attaches the current exceptions stack. Traceback x_info equals true to the log message. This is vital for debugging as it shows exactly where and why the code failed. Which PDB command would you use to see the arguments of the function currently being executed? Option A, args. Option B, params. Option C, list. Option D, where. The correct answer is A. In PDB, The a or args command prints the argument list of the current function. This allows the developer to quickly verify the inputs received by the function at runtime without having to manually print each variable. Which logging handler is used to send log messages to a disk file that rotates based on time? Intervals? Option A. Rotating file handler. Option B. Stream handler. Option C. Timed rotating file handler. Option D. Socket handler. The correct answer is C. Timed rotating file handler is a standard library handler that rotates the log file at certain timed intervals, e.g., every midnight, every hour. Rotating file handler, on the other hand, rotates files based on the size of the log file, bytes. What is the numeric value associated with the critical logging level? Option A, 10. Option B, 30. Option C, 40. Option D, 50. The correct answer is D. Python's logging levels are represented by integers. Debug, 10. Info, 20. Warning, 30. Error, 40. And critical, 50. Understanding these numeric values is important when implementing custom logic or comparing log levels programmatically. What is the recommended way to create a logger instance for a specific module? Option A. Logger equals logging. Logger. Mon. Option B. Logger equals logging. Get logger. Underscore underscore name underscore underscore. Option C. Logger equals logging. Root. Option D. Logger equals logging.new. The correct answer is B. Using logging. Get logger. Underscore underscore name underscore underscore is the industry standard. The underscore underscore name underscore underscore variable evaluates to the module's name in the Python package hierarchy. This creates a logger hierarchy that matches your package structure, making it much easier to configure logging for specific parts of an application. Which command exits the PDB debugger and terminates the program? Option A, exit. Option B, Q, quit. Option C, stop. Option D, halt. The correct answer is B. The Q or quit command in PDB immediately exits the debugger. The program being executed is aborted. This is the standard way to stop a debugging session once the issue has been identified or if you wish to restart the execution. When using logging, config, dict.config, what does the disable underscore existing underscore loggers key do if set to true? Option A. It prevents the root logger from working. Option B. It disables all non-root loggers that existed before the configuration call unless they are explicitly named. Option C. It stops the program from logging to the console. Option D. It deletes all old log files on the disk. The correct answer is B. By default, dict.config sets disable underscore existing underscore loggers to true. This means any loggers created before the configuration is loaded, for example, by third-party libraries, will be disabled. Setting this to false is often necessary if you want to maintain logging from libraries initialized before your main configuration script. Which placeholder is used in a logging formatter to display the name of the function where the log was generated? Option A, %, function, s. Option B, percent, method, S. Option C, percent, function name, S. Option D, percent, name, S. The correct answer is C. The formatter class uses specific log record attributes. Percent, function name, S captures the name of the function containing the logging call. Percent, name, S refers to the name of the logger itself, not the function. How do you set a conditional breakpoint in PDB? Option A, break line underscore number, condition. Option B, stop at line underscore number if condition. Option C, if condition, break. Option D, wait line underscore number until condition. The correct answer is A. The syntax B. Rec. Filename. Lineno. Function. Condition. Allows for conditional breakpoints. For example, break 15. X greater than 10 will only stop execution at line 15 if the variable x is greater than 10. True or false, the logging basic config function can be called multiple times to append handlers. Option A, true. Option B, false. Option C, only if force equals true. Option D, only in Python 2. The correct answer is B. By default, logging basic config does nothing if the root logger already has handlers configured. It is meant to be a simple configuration utility for one-time setup. However, in Python 3.8+, a force parameter was added. If set to true, it will remove existing handlers before applying new ones. But under standard default behavior, the answer is false. What is the difference between logging, error, and logging, critical? Option A, there is no difference. Option B, critical is for higher severity events that might cause the application to stop. Option C, error logs to a file, while critical logs to the console. Option D, error is used for user input, critical is used for hardware. The correct answer is B. Both are for reporting issues. Error 40 is used for serious problems that the software wasn't able to perform some function. Critical 50 is used for very serious errors, indicating that the program itself may be unable to continue running. Which PDB command allows you to move up the stack frame to see the caller of the current function? Option A, U, up. Option B, D, down. Option C, back. Option D, return. The correct answer is A. The U, up command moves the current frame one level up in the stack trace towards older frames. This is useful for seeing the context and variables of the function that called the one you are currently debugging. Why is it better to use logging debug value %s val instead of logging debug for value val? Option A, the f-string version is slower because it evaluates even if the log level is higher than debug. Option B, the f-string version is not supported in the logging module. Option C, the %s version automatically encrypts the data. Option D, there is no benefit, f-strings are always better. The correct answer is A. When you use an f-string or string concatenation, the string is evaluated immediately before the function call. If the logger is set to info, The debug string is created but then discarded, wasting CPU cycles. Using the %s syntax. Lazy formatting allows the logging module to skip the string formatting entirely if the log level is not met. Which logging component is responsible for determining the destination of the log message? E.g., console, file, or email. Option A, formatter. Option B, filter. Option C, handler. Option D, logger. The correct answer is C. Handlers send the log records, created by loggers, to the appropriate destination. Each logger can have 0 or more handlers. Standard handlers include stream handler, console, and file handler. Files. What does rubber duck debugging refer to? Option A, using a specific Python library called duck. Option B, explaining your code line by line to an inanimate object to find logic errors. Option C, a method of automated testing. Option D, checking for memory leaks in floating point math. The correct answer is B. Rubber duck debugging is a psychological technique where a programmer explains their code, line by line, to an object, like a rubber duck. The act of verbalizing the logic often helps the programmer realize where they made an incorrect assumption or logical leap. How can you capture standard library warnings in your logging output? Option A, logging, capture warnings. True. Option B, import warnings. Warnings.to_logging. Option C, it happens automatically. Option D, logging, warnings equals true. The correct answer is A. The logging, capture warnings, true function is used to redirect all warnings emitted by the warnings module to the logging system. This ensures that deprecation warnings and other library alerts are recorded in your log files, alongside your application logs. What does the until command do in PDB? Option A, it waits until a specific variable changes. Option B, it continues execution until a line with a number greater than the current one is reached. Option C, it stops the debugger until a network request is received. Option D, it repeats the last command until it fails. The correct answer is B. The until command is similar to next, but it continues execution until a line with a line number greater than the current one is reached. This is particularly useful for jumping out of a loop that is currently executing without stepping through every iteration manually. In a logging configuration file, which section is used to define the layout of the log message? Option A, loggers. Option B, handlers. Option C, formatters. Option D, filters. The correct answer is C. The formatters section defines the structure of the log message. It specifies which fields of the log record, like timestamp, level, and message, should be included and in what order. What is the primary difference between a null handler and not having any handler? Option A, there is no difference. Option B, null handler prevents no handlers could be found warnings in library code. Option C, null handler automatically deletes log files. Option D, null handler is faster than a standard logger. The correct answer is B. Null handler is used by library developers. If a library user doesn't configure logging, the logging module might emit a warning like, "No handlers could be found for logger." Adding a null handler to the library's top-level logger suppresses this warning while still allowing the user to add their own handlers later. Which PDB command prints the stack trace with the most recent frame at the bottom? Option A, BT, backtrace, or W, where? Option B, list. Option C, history. Option D, trace. The correct answer is A. The W, where, or BT, backtrace command prints a stack trace with the most recent frame at the bottom. An arrow indicates the current frame, which determines the context of most commands. What must a filter method return to allow a log record to be processed? Option A, none. Option B, the log record object itself. Option C, a non-zero value, true. Option D, the string allow. The correct answer is C. The filter method of a filter object should return a non-zero value to allow the record to be processed or 0 to drop it. This allows for fine-grained control over which logs are handled based on attributes beyond just the log level. Which of these is a way to trigger the debugger programmatically in Python 3.7+? Option A, debug. Option B, breakpoint. Option C, PDB, start. Option D, SYS, break. The correct answer is B. Python 3.7 introduced the built-in breakpoint function. By default, this calls import PDB, pdb.set_trace, single quote. However, it can be configured to use other debuggers or disabled entirely using the environment variable pythonbreakpoint. What happens if a logger's level is set to info and a debug message is sent to it? Option A, the message is upgraded to info. Option B, the message is ignored. Option C, the program raises a logging error. Option D, the message is stored in a buffer. The correct answer is B. Loggers filter messages based on their level. If a message's severity is lower than the logger's threshold, it is immediately discarded. Since debug 10 is lower than info 20, the message is ignored. Which handler would you use to send logs to a network address using UDP? Option A, HTTP handler. Option B, datagram handler. Option C, socket handler. Option D, network handler. The correct answer is B. The datagram handler is used to send logging information over UDP. The socket handler is typically used for TCP connections. In PDB, how can you see the source code around the current line? Option A, show. Option B, L, list. Option C, view. Option D, src. The correct answer is B. The L, list command shows 11 lines around the current line or continues the previous listing. This helps the developer see the surrounding code context while stepping through execution. How do you log a message with a custom severity level of 25? Option A, logging.log, 25. Message. Option B. Logging. Custom. 25. Message. Option C. Logging. Level. 25. Info. Message. Option D. It is impossible to use custom levels. The correct answer is A. The generic logging.log level (MSG) method allows you to specify any integer level, while the predefined constants, info, debug, etc., are standard. You can pass any numeric value to represent custom severity tiers. Is the Python logging module considered thread safe? Option A. No. You must use a lock manually. Option B. Yes. For the standard handlers provided in the library. Option C. Only when logging to the console. Option D. Only if you use the threading library. The correct answer is B. The logging module is designed to be thread safe. It uses threading locks to ensure that multiple threads can log to the same destination, like a single file, without corrupting the output. However, some custom handlers may not be thread safe if they don't implement locking correctly. That concludes our 30-question deep dive into Python debugging and logging. How many did you get right? Let us know in the comments. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more Python certification content. For the full practice exam and certification prep material, check the link in the description below.